Hi, today I am talking to you about how to deflect passive aggressive vibrations. Now, I'm dealing with two instances myself that I'm basing this off of, and I know for a fact that you've got something that you're dealing with passive aggressive people. So, the first thing you need to know is that passive aggressive is basically when someone's trying to do something to you indirectly. So that doesn't mean they're not coming outright and saying this to you. Okay, they're behind the scenes, and since 93% of communication is nonverbal even from a vibrational perspective, we know, and you know intuitively when someone's messing with you. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is, I'm basing it off a scenario, a professional scenario. So I've got somebody that I'm working on a project with, and this person is extremely passive aggressive. She's just a passive aggressive human being. Now, for the entire life that we've been working on this contract together, I've been keeping my distance from this person. And so I had a friend that's dealing with someone that's passive aggressive, and they're getting distracted by everything that's happening. That's what they're good at, letting you be distracted. Don't be one of those people that are distracted by passive aggressive people. So what you want to do is what I'm doing. They're pushing you to do something. They don't like you. You haven't done anything. All right, so that's important to realize. So they want that validated. So they're pushing you to do one thing. Oh, you called me this. You called me that. You called me the B word. You got upset and told me to shut up. Okay, I understand that, but you're not going to do that. So what you want to do, you want to back up and let that vibration be. Because if you give the passive aggressive person material, then they're going to use that and say, you did this to me, you did that to me, and you lose a lot of your power, especially in professional settings. But this person, she's tried every which way to get a reaction out of me, and I've retained my power because I didn't give her a reaction. That's why I'm still here. Don't give those passive aggressive people your power. Okay? They're not coming to you straight. They're going behind the scenes. They're poking at you. They're poking at you. And their perspective is, I had to make sure I was recording. I can't see it so bright. But they just want to make sure that they're getting to you, poking to you. So if you back up and don't give them any material, you'll be all right. Do what you're supposed to do and let them to their own destruction. And that's been a saving grace for me in dealing with my passive aggressive situation. So that's the professional thing, backing up and not giving them any material to validate their invalidated feelings. Okay. Now, the second thing that I've got going on is that I have a family member. So I was thinking about moving somewhere, and he was thinking that I should move to another place. And in the conversation, I remember saying, nah, I think I'm going to move over here. I want to go over that way. And he was saying, no, I think you need to move over here. Instantly, I stopped because he responded, and he was continuing to explain himself in a way where I knew he was actually trying to convince me. Now, I'm an adult, you're an adult, we don't need to be convinced. We know what we're doing, we know what we want to do. So what did I do? This is that in those instances, specifically with family, when you can't not communicate with them, the best thing to do is to take a understood perspective. And what I mean by that is, whenever my family member said I needed to move here and I said I needed to move there, he continued. Now, I did respond, because the reason why I responded is because I needed him to understand where I'm coming from so I could have peace, so I could say my portion is fulfilled. I understood what he was saying, and once I felt like he understood what I was saying, I left it alone. Because he continued to re-explain himself, and I caught the vibration that he was trying to convince me. You don't want to convince anybody of anything, okay? You hear them out, you respond. They clarify, you clarify, and back up. Anything past that point is actually an argument. You don't want to get into an argument with a passive aggressive person, because again, they can honestly say, I didn't do anything, because they haven't directly to your face actually done anything to you. So that's an opportunity for them to jab you and to get you. Don't fall for that. Back up. And that's the best way to deflect those passive aggressive vibrations. When they're coming to you, you can't avoid it. Understood. You have a concern, I give you a little piece of what's on my mind. You reflect back and tell me a little bit what's on your mind. You clarify, I clarify. You understand, I understand. We move on. I'm not getting into an argumentative vibration with anybody. So those are just some things that were on my mind in dealing with passive aggressive people, because they're everywhere and they're destroying your life. And this is really important for you to understand how to manage passive aggressive people, because one of the reasons why I've been able to maintain a high vibrations, and one of the reasons why you've been able to maintain a high vibration and continue to have a high vibration, is because you're not falling for those traps. Okay, that is a distraction to get you distracted to go into the wrong direction. The whole manifesting thing works by your focus. You get what you focus on. If you're focusing on the passive aggressive person and buying into everything that they have going on, then you're just going to be caught in that negative vibration. And your goal is to deflect the passive aggressive vibration by simply taking either technique one of just backing up, because you don't want to give them any material to have any type of validation or misconstrued something. So just either one, back up, or do the understand, understood. There's an issue, you say your piece, I say my piece, you clarify, I clarify, you understand, I understand. It's done. It's a done data, because you know what you want to do with your life and you know what's best to maintain a high vibrational frequency. Okay? So I just wanted to share that with you real quick. I'm going to run back home because I got some food cooking. I just wanted to share that with you because I think it's real important to protect yourself and your peace by knowing which energy to come in and know how to deflect the energies that don't serve you. So that's all that I got for you today. Like I said, I'm about to go, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.